Rachel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'll name you co-host.
Okay.
So you can help me admit everyone. Hi, Dr. Duncan. How's it going?
There, I finally was able to unmute myself to say I'm well. And
Esteban, I just turned off the sound just so when we get started, we're not hearing it, but I'll maintain it and keep monitoring it during the thing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It looks like there might be a problem. I see a couple names popping up twice. So hopefully.
I mean, either one of them will join probably. Oh, there's Brooke.
I'll make
I was just going to comment that I have 10 screens worth of your folks and I'm all alone.
I know.
But
I'll make sure that I add you all as co-hosts though, so you guys can have share screen and stuff.
Yeah. Hi, Brooke. How's it going?
Good afternoon. It's going great. I think we're waiting for Ryan to join us.
Sure.
Actually, I can't make him co-host. You're gonna have to do that, Esteban.
I'll do that. Don't worry. There's Ryan. Some people keep coming in.
Yeah, it's slowed the amount of people coming in, but they're still trickling in. So I don't know if you want to wait for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
they are 66 right now. I think we could start. How's everyone doing?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, we're doing great today. Doing great today. So
Good to hear.
I think we will probably be prepared to present a proposal today.
Awesome.
But we did want, before we do that, we just wanted to have a brief conversation with you philosophically about potential proposal around the idea that we've touched on before. But I think it bears, since we're reconvening again, bears having another discussion about, and that is GAU's position or opinion, if you will, about percentage increases versus flat dollar amount increases. And we're prepared to make a proposal today, but I think we'd just like to hear if that position is still the same. I think in previous bargaining, your position was you felt like a flat dollar amount to all members was what you supported. Can you just speak about that for a moment?
What we expressed the last time is essentially that we are looking for an increase of the minimum. That means depending on the case, that the GAs that make the least come to meet the new minimum. So in a way, it's neither of those options, in a sense.
Well, but when it came to like actual raises, I think that flat dollar amounts rather than percentages, so that it was equitable across the board, rather than percentages, so that GAs who are making more would see a larger increase.
Got it. That's helpful. So I'm going to take just a second and ask Dr. Duncan and Ryan, do we need to caucus or are we ready to proceed?
I think we have the authorization necessary to put either of the two proposals across the table, and given what Rachel and Esteban have just said, I think the proposal that uses the dollar amount is the appropriate one. So I would suggest we're ready. Ryan?
I agree.
Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen, and we have a draft Article 10 proposal. And
awesome.
Bear with me just a moment.
Sure.
Okay, hopefully everyone can see. Let me just make sure I've got the right screen here. Screen 2.
No
Okay,
worries.
can you see Article 10?
Yep.
Yeah, the red lines are a little faded.
It's just because you're in the,
There
yeah,
you go.
that's it.
There you go. That's better.
There you are.
Okay, so the red line items here at the beginning, obviously, these are the proposals that were made previously by GAU to the minimum.
Yeah,
and-
that's our first proposal.
Correct. Yes, yes. So we wanted to reflect that in this counter proposal. And in 10.3, we're proposing a flat dollar amount of $1,314 effective January 1st. And we've made some adjustments given that we're now in the spring semester. And we have kept the item that was in previous proposals to remove Article 10.6, Section 10.6.
And the basis for the 1,314, I think what we're trying to do is we still want to provide for the funds for the two fees, that the transportation fee and the health fees. And then what we're trying to do also is give, another sort of significant raise on top of that. So that 1,314 combines those two aspects.
Thank you for the proposal. So as if we recap our last meeting, the purpose of the extension that we agreed upon was for UF to have enough time to have a proposal that deals with the inflation. As of now, if you add the 1,300 to the current minimum, it's not even enough to meet the CPI minimum, the CPI update of our minimum to the current inflation. That means essentially that UF will still pay less than in 2017. As of today, if we take a look at the CPI, Brooke, may I share the screen?
Yes, let me stop sharing for a moment there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bear with me here for a second. Let's see. Here we are. So if we take the July 2017 minimum to today, or the closest the Bureau of Labor Statistics can get us, it's the equivalent today would be 24,500. As we talked before, in the last meeting we presented this information. We presented it even in former bargaining meetings, and the purpose of having an extension was to come up with some kind of increase that compensated and left us out of a situation in which UF continues to pay less than what's paid in 2017. Regarding the fees, if we go to we can go, we've been doing some research on that, and if we go to 7.0081, there we have some basis for UF to have freedom to waive fees to enhance its mission. In any case, we are not talking about a fee waiver, so that's why we don't see the fee issue as vulnerable to being contested in its legality. Even if we continue to down that path, right? If we took into account 7.008 of the Board of Governors legislations, in section 4, we have that the categories suggested are general. If taken as a unique list, actually, virtually the UF employees would only be able to get 6 hours of tuition waiver as per section D. So if following the legality argument under 7.008. Again, UF has already not taken 7.0084 as a unique comprehensive list. And given that this is not a waiver, this is actually paying on our behalf, we would also concentrate on 7.001. Essentially, Section 6 allows to pay on our behalf. It gives a number of examples. And if that's the case, we also have that even the transportation fee, according to 7.001, Section 5, subsection H, transportation is not actually an associated fee, so it's completely out of the legal argument, if the legal argument holds. Now, this is what we wanted to ask you again. Has UF sought a formal opinion from the Board of Governors? That would be a point to start working. We can also and I mean, if we proceed this path, we would need your arguments in writing to have some clarification of what we are looking at. Even if so, yes, and we appreciate that you're sympathetic to the fact that in Florida statutes, even if UF has to go to the Board of Governors or the legislature as the organisms that have a mandatory power, and we wouldn't have the fees in the meantime. Even though we appreciate that, it still holds that UF has to go to the organism with a mandatory power if it really believes that these fees are illegal, if paying on our behalf is illegal. Even so, and again, it would be good to have some degree of clarification as to your arguments in writing. I mean, I've tried to take the legal argument as far as I can with the provisions from the Board of Governors, but if we're continuing to assess the legality of the fees, it would be great for UFF Legal to take a look at a formal written opinion.
So I guess our position is that the proposal that Brooke and I just outlined just now is the university's proposal. I can't say that I agree with your position on the various different Board of Governors regulations, but I don't know that I necessarily think that we need to even address those. The university has decided as a policy matter for a variety of reasons, including the burden on its employees, what's involved with having to pay the student fees and calculate them on a semester basis every semester is just not something that the university is interested in doing. It also creates some issues with our federal and state sponsors when we're paying a lump sum outside of the normal salary cycle, where our federal sponsors have questions and concerns about what that is, and it's not a salary, it's not a normal wage, and creates audit issues for us from that perspective. So regardless of state statute or Board of Governors regulation, the university has decided it would like to, and its proposals will remain with the fees being provided to the graduate assistants through an increased stipend, and that way, as opposed to paying directly or waiving either way.
Oh, in that sense, I mean, we understand that the university may be pursuing the issue of eliminating the fees and replacing it with something else for practicality, and that's absolutely fine. But again, the university has an agreement. So, and I'm here to tell you that essentially we're here to bargain. So if it is the interest of the university to eliminate those fees, it's absolutely something we can do. But at the same time, there are other concerns. Currently, again, this is paying less than in 2017, even with an increase of $1,300. And again, like 10.6 was agreed upon after a waiver on 10.5. Sure, 10.5 can, sure, 10.5, it's up for bargaining. But again, it was the right to bargain 10.5 was actually agreed upon because of 10.6. If we eliminate 10.6, again, it's absolutely possible, but we need to discuss other aspects of the Article 10 as well.
Do you want to take our proposal into a caucus and talk about it?
Yeah,
and
that would be
talk
great.
as well? Okay.
I was about to say that. So we would need, let me see. Do you have a caucus room?
We can create one. We'll be fine.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
we want us to jump out, you can stay. And then instead of trying to guess how long you might need, why don't you just shoot one of us an email, maybe, Brooke, and let us know when you're ready.
I'll send you an email. Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry. We have our own caucus room. So this,
Okay.
essentially everyone else, this meeting will end. We will go to a caucus room, and then we will return here when we finish in the caucus room. And we'll send you an email. Okay.
That sounds good. Thanks.
Brooke,
I'm gonna
can
post it in the
you
chat.
send me an email with the proposal, or through here, through the
I'll
chat?
send you an email here in just a moment.
Awesome.
So to all our members, the link is now in the chat, but the passcode is in the same email where you found this link.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.